What's up, guys? So REMNOTE over here is a website that we're going to use to make flashcards, and we're also going to use it to help us determine the level of strength of our memory using an acronym called FEIST over here. So FEIST, or feisty, the definition of FEIST is something that's like troublesome, a feisty dog, a troublesome thing. So FEIST, F-I-E-S-T, F stands for I cannot recall, I've completely forgotten, if you can't remember anything at all about a topic. I was able to immediately recall all the information, like what's your name? David, easy, immediate recall. I recalled all the information, but it was effortful. If someone asks you a question, you're like, oh, I did that in class last week. And then you get this light bulb moment, that's effortfully, but you get the information, you recall it. S, I partially recalled everything, but I struggled and did not fully recall. Kind of like the one before, but you didn't get all the information right. Or then lastly, T is too soon to know if I can recall it, like you just studied it, so it's too familiar. If I asked you over here, what's my middle name? Oh, my middle name's Arthur. What's my middle name? Well, you obviously just heard it, so you know it, but if in an hour I asked you, you might be at a different level of memory over here. So the 5 levels of memory, FEIST over here can be used to teach you and to recognize how strong of your memory it is. And the REMNOTE, basically, it's a website that will allow us to make flashcards that when testing these flashcards, will have us pick the level of memory of one of those flashcards. So if I go over to REMNOTE over here and I click over here, practice flashcards, when I get an answer, when I'm given a question, I'm asked at the bottom, FEIST, forgotten, too soon, partially recalled, which is struggled, recalled with effort, effortfully, or immediate. So it uses these levels, and when you click it, it will then know how much you need to test yourself on something like that. So we'll go over those more in detail. The way that you make these flashcards are with these different characters on a keyboard. We'll go into that more in depth in a different video as well, but those are the different characters. And this is all based off of a guy, Hermann Ebbinghaus, who studied his own brain and his own memory, where he studied 2,300 random 3-letter words like the ones you see over here, which he then tried to see how many he could remember. And what he figured out was after 19 minutes, he had forgotten 40% of those words. So if we look at 40% of 2,300, so 0.4 times 2,300, he had remembered 920, so we got to subtract it. 2300 minus 920, 1380. So he had forgotten a lot of those words over here. We forget very quickly. After an hour, he'd forgotten 55% of those words. And new information, when it's meaningless, is forgotten faster than new meaningful information, because these words don't really have a meaning, kind of like PEMDAS doesn't have a meaning. If it's meaningful, it's more memorable. So Hermann over here figured out, using this study, that our memory at least declines over time. And the forgetting curve that he created predicts the decline in strength of our memory over time, in that, we have different levels of memory, and those levels can be shown over here. So this is a brief introduction to what we're doing in this lesson, and I'll see you guys in the next video.